You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like life, I'll rise.
I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless.
How about now? Okay. All right. So, so we're live here at HURSTON Manor. We are live here for a couple of reasons. One, Open Stage has their own rehearsal production tonight, and two, HURSTON Manor is on the home tour for HYP this coming Saturday. So please come and join us. We'll be here from 2 to 6 p.m. And you can leave the door open so we can just walk on in. We'll be here from 2 to 6 p.m. and we will be having some beverages. We'll have some snacks. We actually start board games at brunch, and we'll talk about that a little later. So let's check in a little bit. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing here? Good. We have a little, we have some people in the room. Okay, because we never go anywhere without an audience. So just make a little noise for the audience. I know, you hear that? Do you hear it? Do you hear it? It's a wonderful night. We're going to do a lot of great things in here. I'm really happy because, y'all, it was too light outside earlier. And I was like, oh, Lord, we are going to be in a mess. But look how nice it looks now. It looks great in here. So take a minute, share the stream. I tell everyone, too, that's watching, share the stream. Also, thank you for watching. We really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. And did you miss us? It's been 3 weeks. We only do the show every second and fourth Wednesday. We're thinking about doing more like we talked about last time. So we'll figure that out. But we did miss you guys. So many things have happened. We thought Queen Latifah passed away. That's what we thought. We heard some more about school loan debt. We student loan forgiveness. There were so many things happening. So we want to, kind of read us into the news and also celebrate our guests. So we have some really amazing guests tonight. When I say their names, please give it up for our guests. Brhiannon's here with us tonight. Woo! Dion Renee is here with us tonight. And the wonderful Jess Hoffman is here with us tonight. I'm so excited. So before we get into our guests, we'll get right there. We are celebrating something really special this month. Anybody know what it is? Coming up tomorrow? I'll give you one guess. Yes, who said it? Yeah, go ahead.
Latino Heritage.
That's right. We're celebrating Latino Heritage Month. Hispanic Heritage Month is from September the 15th until October the 15th. So we'll be having a little quiz at the end to read us into that as well, to kind of give us a little idea of how all that went. All right. Well, before we get into all of that, we do want to talk about what's happening in the news. So let's sweep these streets. Let's see what's going on. Well. We have a lot going on tonight, you guys. First things I want you to know is since it's been almost 20 days since I talked to you last, I just want you to know that you got to bear with me. We have 4 or 5 top stories, but they are really good. So the first one is the death of the Queen of England. Like I said, somebody said the Queen died, and I thought Latifah, Beyonce, and so did everyone else on TikTok and Instagram. So some parts of the world are mourning their Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, while other parts were making memes and letting Stacey Dash know before 2026. Because she didn't know DMX died until like 2 days ago. So it was really interesting, the reactions. The death of the Queen sparked several conversations regarding her reign and her part in colonization of various territories during her time. Does anybody know how long the Queen reigned for?
70 years.
70 years. Y'all, that's 2 generations. That's 2 generations that this queen was on the throne. And what I thought was really interesting about this is there was a real interesting reaction, right? So the Scottish, the Caribbean, the Irish, all over the continent of Mother Africa, all over Mother India. So many places were really, really looking at the death of the Queen as a celebration. And why? Why would they look at the death of the Queen as a celebration? Anybody? And we talk back here, so feel free. Why were they looking at the colonization? So, you know, what was really hard for folks was they couldn't understand, well, why are you celebrating? Y'all can go to hell. That's what they were telling us. And y'all know I send somebody to hell every week. So I was kind of taken aback that they didn't understand why people would be, you know, not really celebrate or not really sad that the Queen died, but more of a celebration. And while we saw after that how the new king passed on to his son $1 million real estate empire. I'm sorry, I lied. $1 billion real estate empire. I'm wondering how people can't see the money for reparations, the money for how people were treated across this world due to colonization is wrapped up in that empire. How do people not see that? How do people not see that? So tell me what you think in the chat. I absolutely am. I am a descendant of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm a first generation American. So I absolutely, I'm in line with the folks who were absolutely not sad that the Queen died. Sorry, guys. Next, this one was interesting. Aries Spears had a lot going on in the media. My goodness, he had a lot going on in the media. First, he tried to come for Lizzo. And then something happened. And this is why you need to keep your mouth shut sometimes. If you have skeletons in your closet, please don't come for other people saying all kinds of things about them, because your stuff is going to get dragged out into the open. But let me read what the writers have to tell you here, okay? Aries Spears should have sat there and ate his food. That's what he should have did, okay? But instead, he wanted to be heard, and the universe responded. If you did not know who Aries Spears was before now, between his remarks towards Emmy-winning award Lizzo, to now these new allegations of child abuse along with Tiffany Haddish, you probably have a good idea of how fucked up this guy is now that you have heard all this stuff. Videos have surfaced on the internet of Aries Spears and the equally, to me and to the writers, unfunny Tiffany Haddish in a very disturbing skit. If you haven't seen it, you don't need to. And if you've seen it, God bless you, because it was pretty bad. I watched 1 minute and 30 seconds of it, and I was like, absolutely not. But imagine how uncreative, unfunny you had to be to develop and produce something so terrible and reprehensible, so bad that when it was uploaded to the Funny or Die site, they immediately took it down 4 years ago in 2018. It really shows how low the bar is for comedians and how most ideas should never be used as jokes, no matter how dark the humor may be. There's quality content and then there's bullshit. And this one here is the bullshit, okay? I hate them for real. Like, this is one of those things where I looked at the children in the sketch and all the things that were happening, and I thought to myself, who were the adults in the room? Because everybody was acting like this was some kind of play childlike thing when it was really egregious. And so Tiffany's part in the video Tiffany's part in this is that the video was released by a woman who Tiffany Haddish claimed was extorting her after their friendship had ended. And these were also her children who were in this video. Again, Aries Spears, you should have just sat there and ate your food. Now your business is all on the streets. But you know what? I'm glad his business is all out in the street, because we needed to be at least this brought into the central picture what happened with this video. I'm glad he said something about Lizzo, because this came to light. Ooh, this one's hard, y'all. On August 26th, did y'all hear about student loan forgiveness? Who in here getting a little relief from? Anybody getting a little relief from student loan? Yeah, see, we got a couple of people here. Thank you, Jesus. Let me tell you. So, student loan forgiveness was announced by the Biden administration to partially. This is the part about this that is so interesting. To partially relieve some student loan debt. Not completely. Y'all would have thought they were wiping out all $240,000 on my student loans. They're not. They're barely giving us $20,000. Okay? And so they announced this $10,000 and $20,000 if you received a Pell Grant at any point in time. Opposition was swift. Just today, it was announced that 20 governors wrote a letter to President Biden, telling them that they don't want them to go through with this student loan program. Opposition was swift, arguing that some didn't go far enough and some saying it went too far. So on both sides, folks are just upset. I'm in the upset camp where it didn't go too far. Just wipe them all out. I've been a public servant for 12 years. Just get them out of here. Here's why it's getting interesting. Some folks on Twitter decided to expose the hypocrisy of public figures and officials while denouncing student loan forgiveness. And they have been the recipients of what? PPP loans? Up to the tune of $1 million. Marjorie Taylor Greene and a couple others. The tweets of this were in abundance. And one of the things that people don't know is that the White House actually hired the same person who ran Twitter for the state of New Jersey to run this campaign, right? And to run the White House Twitter account. So all they did was retweet the facts. Who was complaining about people getting a lowly $20 million in contrast to their hundreds of thousands and some of them up to millions of dollars in PPP loan forgiveness? Imagine popping off when you could have just sat there and again ate y'all's food, your very expensive food that you buy with our PPP tax dollars. Don't play us. We know what you did. But you know what? It's not over for them. They're still going at it. On Monday, the Republican governors published this letter. And listen, I'm gonna recommend you do your own research on this and you and at studentaid.gov. Go ahead and if you think you don't qualify, go ahead and sign up. The studentaid.gov website very clearly outlines for you. It can search employers. You can see if your loans qualify. If you're a part of the direct loan program, you most likely qualify. And if you work for a 501c3 or other kind of nonprofit, you most likely qualify. So check that out on studentaid.gov to see if you qualify. And you know, the interesting thing about the governor's complaint is that they said that it would be paying off debt for rich people while making the poor persons pay. That's very interesting to me because literally this program will wipe out debt for so many low-income people, right? Who went to college and did what they were supposed to do. They did the thing that we all said they should do. Go to college, 4 years, get yourself a job, and become a contributing member of society. That is what folks tried to do. But what happened in there? Some of the things that happened was the schools that folks took out the loans to go to defrauded them. That happened a lot, to the tune of almost probably $1 billion or more. Many of those loans were forgiven because a lot of the schools now are defunct or the programs never even placed anyone in job placement. So there's a lot there to unpack, right, about why it's okay to have these loans forgiven. We want people to feel like they are not strained. The millennial generation is all over TikTok talking about how they were sold a bit of goods with student loans, and that's why a lot of them don't even want to go to college now. And Generation Y and Z coming after are like, nope, we don't even want to go to college. We want to take on this monstrous albatross that follows you when you take out a student loan, even though you're trying to live a good life. This one was very interesting. So we know that Serena Williams is retiring, right? Oh, you guys aren't sad? Say it with me. Oh, exactly. That's very sad. But I'm so happy for her because she literally is the GOAT, the greatest of all time of tennis and of probably any athlete during her time. I literally watched Serena grow up with me, right? 20-something years ago, I remember seeing two little black girls with six beauty store bags of beads, all right, rocking the tennis court and thinking, man, I should have probably stuck with tennis in middle school, but I wasn't any good. So did you guys, anybody catch the US Open? Anybody catch that? Yeah. I thought it was very amazing. First of all, Serena came out there looking like a goddess. She had on her sparkly, I call it a cape, but it was like a little flowy thing. She had on her sparkly golden cape and she looked amazing. Her tribute to her sister and her family were beautiful. It was such a touching moment. And I also enjoyed seeing how Tiger Woods and her relationship has blossomed over the time and just how much they care about each other as athletes and as friends. It was beautiful to see. But in unshocking news of mistaken Black identity, the announcers proudly declared that Dionne Warwick was Gladys Knight. Very weird, very weird. Even Questlove posted a clip of the video as Dionne sat unbeknownst to her that she was just wrongly ID'd. But later, after Auntie Dion found out, she was a good sport about it. Thank goodness. Phew. These sports puns just rewrite themselves. Hilarious. And one of the funny things about this is this happened with another celebrity named Sam. This happens all the time to Black and brown folks, and it happened a couple times at sporting events where they caught them on like the sports cam and had the whole write-up ready with their name, with the wrong name and everything. And I have to ask myself, are they doing this for attention? Do they think this is funny? Because I don't think it's funny at all, to be very honest. Now to my favorite segment in Sweeping the Streets, Melanin in Media and Melanin. Media and Melanin is our former Movies and Melanin segment, and we talk about all the really cool things that happened, that are happening in media with Black and brown folks. So first of all, let's do an Emmy recap. Anybody watch the whole Emmys? It was 3 hours. I was asleep for most of it. Okay. Kenan Thompson hosted Petition to have Keke Palmer host, but he was an excellent host. He did a really good job. Abbott Elementary won Emmys off the pilot season. Shout out to Shirley Ralph. Shout out to Quinta Brunson. Black woman literally winning all night, Emmys and looks. First of all, my very, very favorite, Issa Rae, was stunning on the red carpet. She looked amazing. Some people didn't like her dress. I'm not going to talk about who said that. But I'm going to just say, y'all are wrong. She looked amazing. Her hair was right. The outfit was beautiful. She looked gorgeous. Cheryl Lee Ralph, second Black woman to receive supporting actress in a comedy since Jack A. Herring. It's been 25 or 35. I think it's been 35 years. 25 or 35 years. Either way, that's way too long for at least another Black woman to receive an Emmy in that category. And Abbott Elementary creator Quinta Brunson, a Philly native right here in PA, she won Best Writer for Comedy literally off the first season, right? Literally off the first season. And we're going to talk about in our Go to Hell segment what happened to her next. And our pop queen Lizzo won Best Competition Show for Watch Out for the Big Girls. Again, first season win. Let's give it up for them. That's a big deal. Look at Aries Spears because, sir, you tried it. The other thing that I really liked about the Emmys this year is I was listening to NPR. I listen to a lot of NPR, and they were talking about how boring it was, which I thought was interesting. Well, you know they had to lock it down after the Oscars, so that was probably why. After Slapgate, I think a lot of folks got weary. So they played off a lot of people who were like, this is a once in a lifetime. Why am I getting played off? But they wanted to keep it short and keep it sweet. So another thing that we like to talk about here is TV shows that are doing things. And one of the shows that I'm watching right now is She-Hulk. Is anybody watching She-Hulk? Oh my goodness. It's so good. Disney is really absolutely doing the damn thing with She-Hulk. It's very good, very, very good. Their new shows have all been hits. I don't think there's one thing, maybe, you know what I didn't like, babe? Oh, Babe's here. Hey, Basir. So Basir is on, and actually Basir and Yanni are actually on production today. Thank you guys so much. And I always bring up Basir during Marvel or Disney because he is an avid watcher of everything comic book related in all universes. So we always get to compare notes. So this show follows Jennifer Walters, cousin to Bruce Banner, and played by Tatiana Maslany, as she navigates the complicated life of a single and 30-something attorney who also happens to be a green 7-foot super-powered Hulk. It's also, listen, this was so ridiculous. It was also, folks, so super mad at a fictitious character twerking on television. What? If you guys are not watching She-Hulk, there was an after credit scene. Oh, spoilers. If you haven't watched it, what are you doing? Hurry up. There was an after credit scene where the Hulk was twerking with the one and only Megan Thee Stallion. And people lost their minds. This is a Disney show. It's for the kids. Why would you put twerking in here? And it was a lot of white people. It was a lot of white people. And I think part of what happened was folks really, anything that they deem a sacred space, Ariel can be for Little Mermaid, that's also one that's come into focus. Anything they deem a sacred space, all of a sudden, is being desecrated by Black or brown, anything. Because up until that moment in She-Hulk, nobody had a problem with the violence or anything was happening. But as soon as they did a tiny twerk, And it wasn't even that big of a twerk, you guys. It really wasn't. It really was not. All of a sudden, honey, they ruined the show. The MCU, how dare they? All kinds of different things. And I say to that, go ahead and watch the show. It's amazing. It's one of the better series that they have on Disney. I think their Marvel series keep getting better and better, and they bring really amazing things into focus. One of the interesting things they did was kind of mock the response they knew where they were already getting to the show by, showing off the really paternalistic, patriarchal, misogynistic bullshit that people spout about such an amazing show, about just not even if the show was horrible, they weren't even talking about the quality of the show. They were just talking about the fact that there are girls in it. That's it. That girls were taking over the MCU. So I think you should still watch it. It was an amazing, amazing show. It's very funny. And they do a lot of good work bringing current issues to life in the show. Love it so much. So movie of the week, I don't know if y'all gonna agree, but I love this movie. And it actually started off as a YouTube short. And that is Honk for Jesus Save Your Soul. Anybody watch? Ooh, controversy. Did y'all watch that? It was real good. I liked it. I loved it. It was basically a show it stars some of our faves, By the Way, Regina Hall, love her to death. Sterling K. Brown, this is us. Nicole Bahari, she's been in a ton of things as well. And in the aftermath of a huge scandal, Trinity Childs, played by the incomparable Regina Hall, the first lady of a prominent Southern Baptist megachurch, attempts to help her pastor husband, Lee Curtis Childs, rebuild their congregation. So it's relatable. I grew up in church, and I grew up in churches that had scandals. So this really was something that I was like, oh, what's going to happen next? Because this is the kind of environment I grew up in. Also, the range of the characters was amazing. Regina. If you have not seen the show just for Regina alone, Sterling K. Brown, and the complexity he brought to the role. And what was very interesting about Sterling K's performance is they never say out loud what actually happened, but they bring all of the emotional pieces in so that folks can really feel the effects of when a church has a scandal. So I thought that was the most important part, because scandals rip churches apart all the time. So I thought that was really important. It originally premiered at Sundance as a short, and it was also a short film that was written, directed, and posted onto YouTube in 2018 by Adama Igbo and her sister. And they are pretty awesome. They did a NPR spot where they kind of explain their thinking, and I think people need to see and watch that first. I think you can listen to it on the NPR app. Look up Adama Igbo, and you will see and understand why they wrote the movie the way they did. A lot of people were sad at the ending because it changed real quick. It always left you on edge, but it got real uncomfortable if you weren't kind of understanding some of the themes that they were throwing out. So take a listen to their NPR spot that talks about the movie Hunt for Jesus Savior. So really, really good. Wow, that is what we have for this week. We are almost through the first segment. My last piece that I always like to talk about right here is this. This show, the Black NewsBeat, is a collaboration between young professionals of color, Greater Harrisburg, and Open Stage. Shout out to Open Stage. We miss you tonight, Gib. We hope to see you. We know we'll see you next time. But shout out to Chris Gibson, and shout out to the theater director Stuart Landon. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to do our thing. Thank you for letting us stream tonight to the page, even though we're not there tonight. We also, as I was telling you at the beginning of the show, I want to reiterate that again. We're shooting live from HURSTON MANOR. We're actually sitting in the Trinidad Great Room. What do you guys think? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So the HURSTON MANOR is also the Young Professionals of Color house. We do community events here, things like this. We shot a couple of episodes of different things here. We had some anniversary shows for different folks in the community that were shot here. We also rent the space out on LaCulturaHBG.com. So you are free to come by on Saturday from 2 to 6 and check out the space, hang out with us. We're also going to be doing board games and brunch. Everything's colliding on Saturday. So come and hang out with us. We're at 315 South Front Street. Come hang out with us. Come have a good time. Okay, wow. We made it through the first segment. Yay! And we will be right back with our first guest. Woohoo! Thank you guys for sticking with us. See you soon.
calling all members of the greater Harrisburg community. We need you. We would love for you to join the YPOC and become a part of our leadership team. Would you like to join our board and get great perks and access in the community? Think about it and let us know. We'd love for you to contact us as soon as possible if you are ready. You can email us at info@ypoc-hbg.org.
Well, we are back. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for hanging out with us. Again, we're live from HURSTON MANOR, which is 315 South Front Street, and also the YPOC house. And I'm here with my first guest, Brhiannon.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How you feeling?
Nervous, but I don't know. Like, this is really like nice, homey vibe,
Yeah.
and there's like a lot of creativity like in the walls and everything. So I'm like, okay, we're just having a chat.
Good, yeah. We're just having a chat in the living room.
Exactly.
Very easy. Very easy.
It's very teen conversation.
Exactly. Would you like some tea? I can get somebody to make you some tea if you want. Okay, I'll get you some tea. Okay.
The Asian American in me is
It's like, ooh, tea, right?
It's like, so what kind of tea we talking
Oh,
about?
we have a plethora of kinds of teas. One of the things right? So one of the things that we have done here, a friend of mine, shout out to Adeline, she actually got me a tea set as a gift, a housewarming gift to the house. I know. These are people that know me. These are my girlfriends. These are my girlfriends. So, well, we're going to talk a little bit tonight. I am going to just shoot a couple questions here, super easy. And we're just going to talk about you. Okay, easy enough? All right. Yeah, I mean, okay. So my first question is, you are a multi-hyphenate artist. Is there a particular art form that you are leaning into these days that you are proud to be doing, or maybe not so proud?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Thank
I
you.
don't know.
Thank Julia. Shout out to Julia for writing
Yes.
this.
Shout out to I really have been involved in live performance a lot recently. There's definitely, especially like with the pandemic and a lot of like theater and just overall art was very like digital.
Yeah.
I like having, even if it's like 5 people and there's like one teeny tiny stage, it's probably like this size.
Yeah.
Just having that like organic, intimate connection and a lot more like live music, as well as something that I've been kind of like hanging out in a lot more. Then that's more just like as an audience member more than like,
Absolutely.
I'm not like out there playing a banjo or anything. But no, just like a lot more like live theater than anything. Yeah, we did the Fringe in a Day event like a few weeks ago.
Yes, that's right.
That was living.
So what did you do for Fringe today?
So me and my
Well, first I should say, before we talk, tell us what you did.
Okay, yeah.
What is Fringe today?
Oh,
Tell us about that first.
Fringe in a Day was this event that we did, Harrisburg Fringe Festival. That's happening, I think, next July.
Next July, so it's going to be a 3-day festival.
Something like that. It's exciting.
Weekend with the 16th.
Yeah, check it out. But we kind of did a little event where a bunch of different types of artists got an event. Not an event. Oh my gosh, a topic, a theme. That's the word I was looking for. A theme, and we literally had 24 hours to be able to create something. And it was me and my good friend Rachel. Like, I've been doing theater for 10 years, grew up in it, like all that jazz. And she's been studying dance, I think, for a few years. I can't remember. I know it's been a while, but like, I don't know. And we kind of collaborated together and created like a physical theater piece.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So did you enjoy yourself?
Oh, I had so much fun. We literally were so excited to get the theme that we were like, okay, we're gonna make like these random little like props and stuff like that. Like, let's just go up. Like, we have this whole like string of like to go like plastic bags and everything, and it ended up being a part of the piece. The piece is actually, I got somebody to videotape it, and it's on my YouTube.
Oh,
so
fantastic!
I think it's like Bloody Marshmallows or something. But yeah, if you look up like HBG Fringe in a day, it should pop up.
And the whole video is still up on both the open stage and the YouTube.
I need to see that. I only have my set because I told one of the film guys that like my mom couldn't make the show, and they were like, I got you.
They're like, we got you, no problem.
Got the homies.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So next question here. Can you tell us more about Kaleidoscope Troupe and what it is?
Okay, so basically I really wanted to start my own theater company that's more on an incubative level. So like anybody from all walks of life can come in and be like, even if you're a business guy that's like working on at the Capitol or anything, you're like, oh man, there's like this really cool like dream that I've been having. Like I want to see it on stage. It's like, word, like come and hang out with us. Like let's see what's up. Yeah. So like I know that we're definitely very small. So we're kind of figuring that out. But basically we're overall telling story right now without speaking.
Yes.
Just like the overall interpersonal connective experience with that.
That's amazing.
And yeah, so that's like kind of what me and my friend Rachel have been doing with it as of late. But I know it kind of wants to grow and be, you know, like more inclusive and exciting and everything.
When did you guys start it?
Literally when I got the invite to do the Harrisburg Fringe.
Listen, I was just telling my other friend, who was like, oh, I don't want to come on the show because we just started doing things. And I'm like, listen,
we just got we got our Instagram, but like that's it.
Yeah, and good ideas know no time frame. Like whether it's a new or old, good ideas are great to share every.
Oh, that's true. And like I've been definitely telling different people, like, okay, I do like experimental physical theater, and they're like, what's that? And I'm like, well, you can look at our Instagram and see what's up.
Exactly. So it's Kaleidoscope True.
Yes.
On Instagram. Yeah. So you guys definitely check that out. And then my next question and last question for you is: so how does your racial identity as a third generation Asian American and gender identity influence your work, or does it at all? Like that one?
Yeah.
Julie again.
I was curious because I was like, I gave you a bunch of different stuff, and I'm like, let's see what's going on. I don't know. That's a really good question. Because like my Asian American identity is very interesting because I'm very white passing. I've recently put the quotation marks because a lot more like people of color spaces I've been going into, they're like, oh, I knew you weren't white. I'm like, you knew I wasn't white. It's like, me? So that's been really exciting. That's just, I don't know. I guess more because like when I was raised, I wasn't really raised traditionally Asian. I guess that makes sense. Like I remember like pot roast and 4th of July and stuff like that. My Asian American identity was mainly with my grandmother that came over, my Nana. She passed away the same year that I was born. And my mother's father forbid like her to teach like my mother or my aunts like Japanese. So we have like all of these different books and artifacts and paintings of hers, but like we can't read any of her journals and stuff like that. And even like if we learn Japanese now, it's like a completely different version because that language consistently changes. A lot of my Asian American identity, I guess, comes from my mom's work in human rights activism. So like I grew up with the I don't want to say the victims, but the people that were there for the Tiananmen Square massacre. And like that was kind of where that came from. So coming from more of the identity of like, hey, we are, you know, the Chinese democracy movement is not exactly something that you hear of or you think of, especially when you think of China. Like you're like, communist China or wontons. You know, think of, you know, like a bunch of different young college students that were fighting for the particular right to have a democracy and they got murdered for it. You know, like just different things like that. So like having more of a standard voice of this is who I am, this is what needs to be brought out is something that has carried with me everywhere. So like with Kaleidoscope Trope, you know, like I like the idea of holding that authentic space of anybody from any kind of creative or non-creative background to have access to that. So when I first, like I graduated from CASA in 2017 and I didn't have the ability to just go to school and, you know, just be like, you know, that kind of thing. So having that authentic space of like, you know, if you want to grow your resume and start really going from there as a director or as anything else, you have that space to do that. And like, I was kind of able to do something like that because I did like a theater admin internship with Open Stage and like kind of do these little internships to kind of get up there. But like to actually start a resume, a lot of people do that in college. So having that like particular space is something that I was really kind of looking for to answer that. So yeah,
and developing that identity in the space. That's pretty interesting, actually. Wow. Well, it has been a pleasure getting to know you a little bit, and I look forward to seeing what you do next year for Fringe and how you grow as an artist. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Will you stick around for a little bit? We're gonna play a little game. Okay. Well, everyone, give it up for Brhiannon. and we will be right back with our next guest.
Are you looking to broaden your skills in digital media creation? Are you looking to be a part of a great team? Well, we need you. The Black NewsBeat will be trying to fill various positions to help make our show a great success. We'll be looking for tech assistants to help on set. We'll be looking for writers to help write the show every single episode. Also need digital media assistants. Absolutely need some live audience coordinators. We'd love to open up these opportunities to high school and college students. We'd love for you to intern with us and learn more about the business and get your feet wet with a great company at Open State.
For joining us. I am here with someone very, very special, Jess Hoffman. Hi, Jess. How are you, friend?
So lovely to be here.
It is wonderful to have you as always, my sunshiny, wonderful friend, and you are always such a light and a joy to be around. So it's nice to have you.
Sorry, I love your earrings.
Thank you. I got these at the African American Museum, the what is it called? The National History
In DC?
It's got that.
Perfect.
Got a long
Yes,
name.
I know what
But
you mean.
I got them there, and they were part of their of a collection where they had several different artists that they were showcasing their work. They had Black Panther art, they had art by Basquiat, they had a whole bunch of different artists, and so I was really happy to get some cover artistic inspiration. Anyways, I knew to ask for all of that, but here's how about you? So we have some questions. And I remember the first time I saw you and what you were doing, you were taking pictures. That's the first thing. That's the first way I saw you. And I think I had seen you in several different circles before, but I really enjoy, especially watching you do your thing. So you're a photographer.
I am. I dabble.
Dabble a little bit. Do a
Just
little something.
something.
And in addition to being a photographer, I think you're just also kind of a renaissance woman. We're going to talk more about your photography tonight. So tell me about the first time that you took a picture and that you were like, "Oh, this is good."
Well, let's see. Remember those like small digital cameras? It was like 3.0 megapixels.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was a Sony. And I was just so excited. I was like, ooh, I'm a photographer now.
That's right.
So I started a long time ago, but I actually just really pushed it as a like a part-time gig to make some extra money when my son was going to private school. So it started to get money driven, and I was like, oh, let me make some extra bucks.
A side hustle.
Yeah. But I've met so many amazing people. Like the opportunities are just endless from just cultivating relationships on a personal level, also from a career perspective, and just being here now, like you said, being in different. I love doing events, but yeah, it's been a really long time since I started taking pictures, and I just kind of always had that eye, I guess is what they say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I got into Photoshop, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So there's so many opportunities there, but really, it's just my creative outlet. I know you probably asked me about some of the other things I do, but that's like my creative side.
Yeah. What
can express myself. Oh,
What are some things?
So glad you asked. Well, I'm actually in cybersecurity. That's my main gig. So it's funny that everybody's like, everybody knows me as the photographer, but I'm actually, not just beautiful. I'm smart
Not
too.
just beautiful.
I'm smart too.
Not just beautiful. Also brilliant. Beauty and brains. And
So I've been in cybersecurity for, a little over 10. Well, yeah, about 10 years. A little over 10 years.
Wow.
IT 15.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm also, aging well.
Yes, you are. Because I'm trying to carry the 15 and then 10 years. And
It's been a long time.
10 years.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I'm counting it up, I'm tallying it up.
Let's not do that.
I was like, okay, at most 31.
That's right. I started young. I was like 10, which is actually really cool as far as cybersecurity. Well, with anything with learning with children, their minds are just so absorbent at that age. And so for cybersecurity, I've met quite a few teenagers, 8, 9, 10-year-olds who are learning how to hack and different technical aspects, and certainly promoting it in the Black and Brown community, which when I started in cyber, there wasn't a woman, let alone a Black woman.
Imagine.
Yes. So it's gotten so much better over the years, and I'm really happy to see that. Of course, have a long way to go as far as equality in pay and positions and things of that nature, which are across all industries. But I love seeing my sisters in tech and cybersecurity, and my brothers too. That's been a wonderful experience as well.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really good. So join, for me, I always see a silver lining through the things that I do, right? So for you, are there any things that join for you, your photography with your cybersecurity and the other roles that you do?
Sure. So I always like to volunteer for everything because then I get in for free.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. I've learned that.
It's a really good tactic.
It is an art. Yep. So I was actually, I was at DEF CON last month, which is one of the world's, largest hacking conference.
Really?
Yes. Which when you go there, you're supposed to take a burner phone, do not connect to any Wi-Fi, definitely don't leave your laptop or any electronics laying around. I mean, these people are serious. They hack everything. Wow. Just imagine 30,000 people trying to hack into your phone, and they have like a wall of shame. If they get into your phone, your name shows up on your phone. Girl. So
that's amazing.
It was really, really, really cool. So I was actually there with my group, Blacks in Cybersecurity, which is based in the DMV area. But I joined up with them almost 2 years ago now. I volunteered for a conference that they put on. And it's a great group. It's promoting, of course, Black and Browns in cyber. So I joined up with them, and I'm actually on the mentorship board now as well. So I joined, married together, my love for being a volunteer, and just promoting, educating folks on, hey, these are the type of careers that are out here, so pushing those words. So when I was at DEF CON, I went for free because I volunteered.
Exactly.
And I was taking pictures. Yeah. So I took some awesome pictures. It was great. So the theme for the village was Wakanda. Excuse me. And it's actually historical because last year was the first time there was ever such a village. And when they say village, it's just, a big room and everybody does the capture the flags and hacking things. But it's just great. So I'm really honored and, happy to be a part of that group. And, be able to share just, hey, this is an opportunity for you, especially if you like tech. There's so many different career pathways, and the pay is really well. Plus, it's a lot of fun. I mean, every day is a fun day. Every day is a fun day.
And I was going to say cybersecurity, IT in general, just a world of careers that people it just takes a little exposure to get people to know what they are.
Exactly.
What else? Let me see what else I got for you here. So you're also teaching a cybersecurity course, right? What's the best part about teaching for you?
Well, I will say that one of my students, I was at a conference over the weekend in Northern Virginia in Arlington. And one of my students, I told him about it in class, and he came down. And I was like, this is wonderful. I introduced him to a lot of people because that's really my area, the DMV area. I moved up here about 7 or 8 years ago now from Baltimore. But just being able to change lives, and on that level, it's just so rewarding because it's certainly not about the money because they don't pay me nothing. But that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Is another whole.
It is really just it's very rewarding, and I actually started teaching at William Penn. So I'm gonna give you some more clues. It's a long time ago. I was teaching at William Penn as a substitute algebra teacher, and girl, that Harrisburg school, that's another story.
Yeah.
But
We've heard on the show about it too.
Yeah. But I had just graduated with my undergrad, and I was looking for like a real career job, and it's like, oh, you can be a substitute. And long story short, I was like, this is amazing. I love teaching. But at the time, I was like, I need to make some money. There's no money there. But I went back to school to get my master's, and I always taught here and there, doing mentorship programs, things like that. And then finally, I was like, all right, I'm ready to do this, on the side. So I actually teach at Harrisburg University as well, the New Pass program. But it's just about just helping. Yeah. I know you know what's up. I mean, that's what you do. That's what you do.
I try it.
You know exactly. You're amazing.
He's listening. This is probably okay. So let me say all the new things I learned about you.
Okay.
You have joined photography with cybersecurity by being a good volunteer. Like, that is such a great thing that I want people to capture from this conversation. Like, you volunteered your talents to go to a conference for free in a field that you're already in. Like, that's amazing. I think that's so cool. And if people want to see your work or anything that you're doing, how can they connect with you?
Certainly. Well, I'm on LinkedIn professionally, Jessica Hoffman, CISSP. Also Instagram, just.Hoffman_photography. If you're interested, anybody in cybersecurity, I am so happy to speak with you. Certainly LinkedIn, reach out there. And if you want some support, Blacks in cybersecurity, it's an amazing group. We have Discord channels with various study groups. Like I said, there's a mentorship program, and we take individuals who are fresh, have no idea what they want to do in cyber, but they know they want to get into cyber to season, because we can always learn. It doesn't matter how experienced you are, right?
Absolutely.
So, please check them out on LinkedIn, Blacks in Cyber. But yes, I'm here for that, and also from photography. I have to take my little breaks from photography. Let these next generation, they do a great job.
Yes,
They do a great job. There's so many great photographers here in this area. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. So a lot of times I throw some work over. I'm like, listen, I gotta retire. I'm retiring, right? Y'all take over now. Y'all take over. So because they do great jobs. So I'm just humbled to be recognized in that space too. I do enjoy it, but I'm more focused on my teaching now.
Wonderful.
And spreading the joy.
Absolutely. Well, it has been wonderful getting to know you. This is so great.
I know, right? Hi, I'm Jessica.
Right. Hi, I'm Kimeka.
Hi.
It feels like a brand new person to me. It's so neat just hearing about your life.
Thank you.
And I wish you so much success. I mean, not that you need any well wishes, but I just feel very privileged to get to know you.
Oh, the feeling's mutual.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We stick around a little bit to hang out with us for our next guest.
Of course.
Why, thank you.
I can't wait to hear.
I know. Listen, our next guest. Okay, we won't spoil it.
Don't spoil.
Everyone give super amazing. Okay? Super amazing. All right. Give it up for Jessica. That was amazing. Let's stick around. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Oh, you can't hear me, huh? How about now? Oh, this your moment, hey. Not right now. If you a hating nigga, please pipe down. Cause I don't know if it's we the beat, but this bitch too loud. I was down bad, I ain't had no cash. Now these hoes mad cause the camera lights flash. I was down bad, I ain't had no cash. Now these hoes mad cause the camera lights flash. Bitch, I'm a boss. I only focus on comments and stress when I'm taking a loss. Round of applause. I see these hoes double back as soon as they see what
Hello, everyone, and we're back. Okay, this is our last guest. Last but absolutely not least, please welcome Miss Dion Rene. Now, I just want to tell you, I So about 6 million people were like, you gotta interview Jill. You gotta interview her right now. I was like, I know, I was already looking. And then somebody else after I had already asked you, are you gonna interview? I was like, she's coming up. They were so excited. So many people are very excited to see you tonight. Very excited to see you tonight. You're our very own little superstar. So, how you doing?
I'm doing so good. So good.
I hear you have some exciting things happening, but before we get to those, I do have some questions for you. Okay. So, actually, we're not. The writer said we got to get right into your very exciting news. So, your artwork is going to be featured movie poster for The Woman King, which debuts this Friday. Oh my goodness! Tell us about this. How did this all happen?
Okay, so a lot of my friends know I'm an artist, and they are amazing friends. They support me. My friend Sky Washington is the one who actually told me about the competition that Talent House was having. Talent House is a company in Sweden, and they always do like competitions for whatever's coming out,
Right.
like movies that are coming out, or like just certain topics, very specific topics. So this competition was about the Woman King, make a unique poster design, like graphic design or digital art design, and submit it within 2 weeks. So
you
every
did this in
chance
2
I
weeks?
got, I didn't have that much time. I submitted it the day before it was due.
Oh my goodness!
Hours before it was due.
Let's put it up. Let's see it.
Hours.
Let's see it because we want to show people what we're looking at.
Actually, to be specific, I submitted it a half hour before it was due.
That's beautiful. Look at that. I know y'all can't see it, but y'all know what it looked like, right? Y'all know what it looked like. This is gorgeous. So tell us about this process. I mean, it's got so many elements and layers here. So tell us what's going on in the piece.
Okay, the poster design is supposed to be like a cover type of shot, something to advertise the movie.
Right.
They're really looking for, they asked for a unique art, but from a business point of view, as a professional graphic designer, I know they want like a cover shot.
Right.
They want the type of art that they can use for promo. So the way that I set up all the font and the content, and like everything came from a designer point of view,
Right.
as far as composition. And then the fun, excitement, life of it, that painted part, that is because I'm a painter. I'm a painter that picks up a camera and gets in front of a computer, and like I just do tattoos, but I'm a painter.
You do tattoos as well.
I can
You do everything.
I can do tattoos.
Tattoos. That's great.
It's been
Tattoos, cover art. What else? What else?
well, I'm trying to learn everything. Everything that I can learn helps everything that I already know.
That's right. I agree.
So
Yeah,
so
those
those
because I would love to be under your tutelage, especially for graphic design.
wait, what's tutelage? It depends
If
on
you
what
were-
tutelage
If you're
means.
if you're looking for people to tutor, that's all.
Okay, yes. I can tutor anyone. I'm very open to talk to anybody about art. I want to talk about art all the time.
Yay,
So
that's amazing.
if you're new at art, if you're a pro at art, I'm open. It doesn't matter. I like it all.
Okay, I like this. All right, so let's see what else we got for you here because we always got something. So you mentioned that you can identify with the warrior woman as you've trained using similar techniques, but have also had your own battle with lupus. What's something that you think people misunderstand about lupus?
Lupus is a very ambiguous type of illness. It isn't the same in everybody. Some people have it worse. Some people have different symptoms. With me, I was diagnosed when I was 13 years old, and it was very, very hard. Every morning I would wake up sick. I would have arthritic symptoms, and
So
It was-
13 years old.
yeah, it was years and years of just waking up like that. And then I would work it out. I had great support. My family was always there for me, and they actually started to teach me to be mentally strong, and I believe that's part of what helped me get over it. The just wanting to make the most of my life, and it made me so happy to just focus on the good. If I only have a little bit of time left, I'm gonna focus on the good. I'm gonna do everything the best that I can. You know, I wanted a good funeral. I was always thinking about death when I was little, but now like it turned into something different. It wasn't like a negative thing, and it actually became something that like I used all my energy to just kind of like be a good person and do great things. And then I ended up being so happy that like the happier I got, the less sick I became. So like I just got stronger inside, and I got stronger outside too.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell me more about the training. So you did some training like the Women King. So tell us about that.
It's so crazy because that is one of the things that made me want to do this movie poster, because I was just like, I identify with that, the struggle and overcoming obstacles and fighting for your life. I understand that. And being a woman who is, you know, supposed to kind of be like just nice and quiet and polite, right. I have another side to me. I have other sides, just like every woman. Like we're not just pretty or here to like wash your clothes.
Period.
Where we can run things, we can save things, yes. We can save you, we can save ourselves.
We can run things, we can save things, and we can save you. Okay, that's the statement of the day. We can save you. That's amazing. So you really wear many creative hats, including launching a new advertising agency. Tell us about that.
That is the Easter egg. That is the thing that is coming soon. That is the big news that is coming to Harrisburg. It's going to be an advertising agency that's located in Harrisburg under an umbrella company called Full Circle Music Incorporated, and it's my family business. All my family members do something in the entertainment industry, so we came together, and we're just like a one-stop shop for the entertainment industry. And there's so many good things with Full Circle Music Incorporated. And my company, it's called DRW Advertising. It's so brand new, you can't even Google it.
It's so fresh.
Yeah. You can't find anything on this now.
It's so exclusive that you can't Google it.
Everything will come out strategically, and because it's such a big deal. We want to be able to offer something to Harrisburg that helps all this talent. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania has a lot of talent.
Absolutely does. That's why we have the show, because we showcase talent and the things that people are doing in this area. So guess what? We look forward to working with DRW in the future. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Wow. So for my first time meeting you, I just want to tell everybody her vibe is amazing. With all my guests, this is my first time meeting Dion in person. Amazing vibe. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Your vibe is great.
Thank you. Will we stick around for a couple seconds? We won't be long. Look at us being on time. Wow, look at us. We'll be right back with last lap, and just stick around for a few minutes. Everyone, give it up for Dion Renee. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay.
Calling all members of the greater Harrisburg community. We need you. We would love for you to join the YPOC and become a part of our leadership team. Would you like to join our board and get great perks and access in the community? Think about it and let us know. We'd love for you to contact us as soon as possible if you are ready. You can email us at info@ypoc-hbg.org.
All right, we're back. Okay, with we're back for last lap. I'm so excited about Last Lap because we're going to talk a little bit about Hispanic Heritage Month, and the audience is going to help me out. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, they don't sound ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So first question, and this is for $10. So I always give out money on the show. Okay, so you get money. All right, to your Cash App. Oh, Brandon's here. Hi, Brandon. Look at him. He's a ninja. He's a 6'3" ninja, but a ninja nonetheless. 6'4". Just kidding. I took a whole inch. I'm so sorry. So we're gonna do, and you can also put it in the chat as well. We're gonna do a couple questions for Hispanic Heritage Month, and we will talk about, and we do these same questions like almost every time, so you should know the answers. All right. So first question: in what year was Hispanic Heritage legislation introduced in Congress? What year? That's a good guess. What is it?
72.
That's close. You
76.
are the other way.
75. 74. 73. 71.
71.
70. 96.
Back one more.
68.
68. All right, man. It took us a couple numbers, but we got there. That was great. Yes. Hispanic Heritage Celebration legislation was introduced in 1968. Now, was Hispanic Heritage, true or false? Hispanic Heritage Month was always a month. Is that true or false?
False.
That is false. When they introduced this legislation, it was first a week and not a month. All right. Of course. Now here's another fun question for you. Let's see who we're giving the points to. So 1 point for. We'll give one to Yanni. Shout out to Yanni over here. We'll give one to. What's your name, sir? James. All right. And let's see. So Yanni, you have to give your point to somebody because you don't get to win. Sorry, boo.
I'll take that point. I'll take that point.
What's your name?
Jay Black.
Jay Black?
Blair.
Jay Blair. That's your. Oh, hello, publicist. Oh, we got some people in the room today. Okay. So let's see. So it's a tie. This is for the tie breakup. Whoever gets it gets $10. All right, to your Cash App. All right, if you have Cash App. This is not a commercial for Cash App. All right. So after we had a week of Hispanic Heritage Celebration, when did it become a month? In what year? All right, I'll give you a hint. This was the decade where everything was neon.
80s.
Okay, good. So we're close. We're in the 80s. All right.
82.
It's between these two. They got it. Well, you can whisper it to
85.
You're close.
87.
Close.
86.
Now you gotta guess.
83.
Oh.
84.
82.
You're getting cold. You're getting cold.
86. 81.
Or say that one.
Oh, 89.
87. 88.
88. It was 1988. So barely. So 92, 2002, 2022. So 24 years ago is when we got Hispanic Heritage Month. And anybody know exactly when it runs from? This is for all the marbles.
The 15th to the 14th.
To the 15th to the 15th. That's exactly right. It runs from September 15th to October the 15th. All right, yay! I used some. Who wants the $10? Y'all can split it because that's all I got. Anybody? Okay, yay! So Mr. James won. Fantastic. So the last thing that I always do is kind of send everybody out of here. If you have questions, we always get questions every year, every show. You can send your questions to info@blacknewsbeat.com or ask me at blacknewsbeat.com. Either one of those. Ask me is easier, so you can do that one. Ask me, ASKME, at blacknewsbeat.com. And we always do a little something here where we send somebody to hell.
What?
Send somebody to hell.
Oh.
Yeah. So today we're sending Jimmy motherfucking Kimmel to hell. All right. So we talked about Quinta Brunson earlier in the show, but what we did talk about is when she had to accept her Emmy, she had to step over Mr. Jimmy Kimmel. Now, yes, it was part of a bit. Yes, he was salty because he had lost yet again to John Oliver. He's funnier than you, so oh well. But what was really sad about this is that this was Quinta Brunson's first Emmy for this show and first Emmy ever. And she has done an amazing job. She was our BuzzFeed bae. She was our YouTube queen. And for him to be laying on the floor in the middle of her accepting her Emmy was ridiculous. So please go to hell. I don't even care why he's on the floor. Don't make a difference to me. You need to get up off the floor. However, if you are on the internet, you can go on my Facebook page. I'm going to put it on the Black NewsBeat page. The image of Quinta Brunson stepping over his dead body to accept that award was everything I needed to wake up this morning. Hallelujah. It was delightful. So while he could exist in hell for a very long time, you gave me the imagery, Jimmy, that I needed to persist in a world full of men like you. Please go to hell. Wow. Give it up for the audience. Woo! Give it up for our amazing guests this evening. I have been your host, Dr. Kimeka Campbell. Thank you for tuning into Black NewsBeat. We are live from HURSTON Manor. Come check us out on the home tour this Saturday. Everyone is welcome from 2 to 6. We're at 315 South Front Street. And we'll see you in a couple weeks on the 28th. Good night.